Hey everybody, just want to share a quick little insight from our City General Conference this morning. I was listening to the October 1930 General Conference, and Joseph Fielding Smith was speaking, and he was talking about apostasy in the church. And he specifically talks about that those who are rebellious, unrepentant, and willful violators of the law are a different category than those who are trying to repent and trying to do it right and falling short. Those who are trying and falling short must always be welcomed into our church meetings. If someone's struggling with a commandment but trying, always bring them in. But when they are rebellious, when they have that spirit of apostasy, it is vital that they are cut off. Now, this might seem harsh, and a lot of people will say, well, 3rd Nephi says don't cut people off. That's not what 3rd Nephi says. 3rd Nephi says that we should not cut off people who are trying. Alma says that it is the duty of the bishop to drive the wolves out from the flock. This is something I see a lot within the church, is I see bishops who will choose to ignore what the handbook says, because the handbook cites Alma. When it talks about apostasy, the handbook cites Alma and the duty of the shepherds in Israel to, as Alma said, drive out the wolves, to ensure that the flock is not devoured. And I see so many bishops who are like, oh, well, I want to keep them in the sphere because they might come back. I want to make sure that they don't get cut off from the church. And in the meantime, these apostates, oftentimes influencers, will use the fact that they've not been excommunicated to then gain access to a larger audience of the church. Think about people like Julie Hanks or Michelle Stone, who will use the fact that, I haven't been excommunicated yet, so therefore I'm in good standing, therefore what I'm saying is true and valid. If the handbook was followed, which is what is expected of every bishop in Zion, then those people would have been excommunicated long ago. Because by textbook definition, what they were doing was apostasy. But the danger here is far outsized. Now, important note with those two individuals, they've both left the church. But with apostasy, when we don't drive out the wolves, oftentimes they find the lambs and they feast on the lambs. I have so many young friends who've fallen into these pernicious lies by social media influencers, people who have the outsourced impact with their apostasy, people who haven't been excommunicated or disciplined because whatever reason or not. I think President Oaks is right when President Oaks talks about the need for us to hold more disciplinary councils, because if we follow the handbook to a T, the body of the church would be far safer and the doctrine would be far more pure. A lot of our doctrinal deviations originate from social media influencers, people who think that they have the ability to set themselves up as a light, a counter light to the light of the prophet. If in doubt, unfollow an influencer. Always follow the prophet.